Hi, welcome back to Cheyenne Wyoming Urban Gardener, and coming to you tonight with some canning videos and storage video. Basically, I just wanted to go through how I store my vegetables and things that I can up, and my jams and jellies and stuff. And with it being the Victorian house, which we've talked about, it has a lot of rooms and it has a lot of storage actually for a Victorian house. We actually have a lot of closets and space, and this is actually in the laundry room. You can hear the washer going off right now. It's over here. So this is in the laundry room, and I just had this extra cabinet. I store all of my laundry supplies over here, but I also have this big cabinet that's sitting directly in front of my laundry sinks. And we don't ever use the laundry sinks, and there's really virtually such low humidity in Wyoming that I don't worry about storing them here. The laundry sinks are only used if we actually have to wash anything out or something like that, which is very rare, because we have a pre-soak cycle on our washer. So anyway, this is the cabinets over top of those sinks, and I went ahead and stored all of the canned goods that you've seen in some of the previous videos that were sitting on my dining room table have now came down here. So I've got my caramel apple pie filling here, my cherry jam up here, pear jam right here, strawberry rhubarb here, pear jam here, my green beans here, and mixed greens there, canned tomatoes here, which I just did another 4 cans and let them cool down and then brought them on down here. And then I have a whole bunch of cans of beef broth that I had canned up. Now I still have some of my other canning supplies over in the other storage area, but I also wanted to show you that I do have a big chest freezer here where I store almost everything that we have freezing. And it does double as a place to sit laundry baskets, but as you can see, we are absolutely full in our freezer, and we're considering actually getting a second freezer, which we do have room for. This is a very large laundry room down here, so we have lots and lots of space for another one. We actually have extra hookups for another washer and another dryer if we wanted to, and this is basically where the washer sits, and you can see the extra hookups here, and we actually have extra hookups for another dryer, but we only have the one dryer in here right now. So anyway, that is this area. We also have this cabinet over here that goes directly underneath the house, so you can see the cabinet here, and that actually has bare dirt floor on the inside, and that's where we do a lot of our, like if we want to do pickled herring or pickles and things like that, we will actually put it in that cabinet storage because it stays very, very cool in there all the time, and they pickle very well in there, as well as kraut. And then we will move it out of that once it is pickled into the other storage area. But this little extra cabinet, it's old, probably was in the kitchen originally. Of course, that's all been updated, has been moved down here. And we have bins for onions, as well as a bin for potatoes, which I don't keep my potatoes down here because I think it's just too far from the kitchen. And it has another cabinet here where we store some of the other canning supplies. And then over here is our pantry area and the other storage that I was talking about where we keep some of our canned goods. I did get in here and organize this today as much as I could. It's a little bit just disorganized right now because we have so many people that come in and access this pantry. So the pantry actually has a bathroom down in here, as well as the pantry, and then that door there leads into an extra part of the basement down here that's finished, that is used for a lab for my partner who does computer chips and things like that. So that's where the lab goes, and we just keep all of our extra pantry supplies down here, all of our pastas and canned goods, and you can see that I do have some of my canning down here. This is some of the chicken broth that I had canned previously. I just have it in different spots, and then some of my canned tomatoes. And that's basically all the canned tomatoes that I have left from the last season. So I have the canned chicken broth here, and then I have the tomatoes, and I actually have some vegetable broth that I use from time to time stored down here. And all of my just extra supplies. And we also roast our own coffee beans. They come out of a company called Sweet Maria's. So we get all of our coffee beans that way, and then we roast them ourselves. Our roaster is located out in our garage. And then we always keep extra supplies of water and vegetable oil, olive oils, things like that, which right now I'm doing an assessment of what all that we do need to add to the pantry. It looks like we have a lot, but this actually is not quite as much as you think when you have 4 people in the house, and then we're always having company come in because my partner's work. So he has coworkers that come in, stay, and stuff like that. So we have loads of this that just keeps cycling out. And there's my Indian food. If you don't know, I do actually make quite a lot of Indian food. So I keep a lot of box supplies for that, and a lot of spices and things down here. And with the low humidity, we don't have issues with spices going bad. I do want to get a different rack system because, as you can see, the racks have a tendency to cause smaller items to fall over. So they just kind of end up piled up in there. So it's great for big items, but for smaller items, they kind of fall over. So what I have been doing to circumvent that is I've been getting these small flat boxes and keeping a lot of canned goods in here. And we always keep canned chicken noodle soup and stuff like that. Even though I can do all of my own canned soups and things, I've did a video on this in the past. My partner actually likes to eat the Campbell's chicken noodle soup and Chef Boyardee ravioli from time to time. So, and of course I've got my grandson here who eats his little SpaghettiOs once in a while. So we have all that going on down in the pantry. And that got everything out of the dining room and all cleaned up, and we're still continuing to can, so there's going to be more and more added to this to get us through the winter time. So anyway, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to see notices on new videos as they come out, and we will see you in the next one.